The 2025/2026 New York Giants are in such a strange spot. They just got done finishing a 4-13 season. They're drafting top 5 pretty much yet again. But the fans are very optimistic, and there's a good reason why. Of course, they went 4-13, not necessarily because they're a bad football team, but there was a lot of injuries. Of course, Daboll got fired for many bad decisions, really one of the biggest ones being leaving Dart off the field for so long. So many chokes, so many bad decisions that led to that kind of stuff. And ironically enough, now you look at it in hindsight, it's like, well, kind of everyone choked against the Bears, to be fair. But speaking of the Bears, kind of fitting to bring them up, the Bears, just a season ago, were 5-12. They had some pieces on offense that you liked, you thought could be, turned into a very good offense, a very good team if you had the right head coach. Ben Johnson comes in, things look good. Now you got John Harbaugh, okay? He's not exactly the same Harbaugh that was, very dominant and had those Ravens teams just looking like the team to beat, but he's still very good. He is still the best coaching candidate they could have landed, and definitely the best coach they've had in a very long time. Of course, with that being said, though, there's still some needs on this team to be filled, but I don't hate it, right? Jackson Dart, a lot of promise there. Little surprised he's not star development trade. Cam Scatterbo absolutely changed the culture of this team. He even has the Eagles players and fans respecting him. If you are a Giant or a Cowboy player and you can get Eagles fans to respect you, yeah, you're kind of that guy. You're kind of that guy. Of course, can't wait to see him get back out on the field. Wan'Dale Robinson stepped up very nicely for the injury to Neighbors. So, honestly, are you drafting wide receiver that high? I'm not sure. I mean, I would like to put Wan'Dale in the slot, but Wan'Dale has proven to be a very valuable target. Looking at the offense, Theo Johnson definitely showed more than he did as a rookie, but I will say I need to see more from this offensive line. It's actually not as bad as you would think based on these ratings. It's around middle of the pack, but obviously in a Madden rebuild, we need to replace pretty much all of these guys. Defensively, not as good as you would have thought. I really would have thought this would have been an elite defense, but no matter how good your D-line is, especially your edge, cornerbacks are needed. As a Packers fan, I know this very well. DBs, especially the cornerbacks, definitely need an improvement. What do you do in Madden, though? Because you got a bunch of guys that could develop. It's just, in the real world, it's not the strongest unit. It's a unit that definitely could improve on. I don't know if you can bring in that talent. It's just I know they could play better. You need them to play better, whether that's in-house or getting new cornerbacks. They definitely need better play from that spot on the field. But overall, this is a team that, again, could you see a Bears-like glow-up? I absolutely could. We'll have to see what John Harbaugh can cook up. As far as what we're going to be doing in this rebuild, obviously fixing the offensive line a little bit. Maybe adding a tight end because Theo's like 25 now. He's a low overall, but we'll see. And then I would love to add a new linebacker, maybe a new corner. We'll see what happens with safeties. But this is a team that, even though it's a low overall, there's so much youth, so much potential that I could see us winning a Super Bowl pretty early on in this one. Will we, though? I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. Of course, if you end up enjoying this one, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification all so you know when the next upload is up. And then what you could do is let me know what team you'd like to see rebuilt next. Probably another rebuild here on Thursday. Dolphins franchise probably tomorrow. Not 100% sure. But of course, as a Giants fan, let me know what you think the issues are. I think, again, injuries are such a big issue that you can't really even evaluate the team because you just lost so many key names. And of course, it didn't help again. Jackson Dart sitting for so long with the QB play in front of him, not looking so great. But yeah, hopefully the Giants can have more than like a month of hype. Seems like, with DeVito and, Dart and Scatterbo, they get like a month and then they go back to being one of the top 5 drafting teams. We're going to be headed to the re-signings, though. Did they not pay Wan'Dale Robinson already? That is kind of a mistake. Obviously, we're going to be paying him here. He looks great. 4 year 64, which I don't think he would hate. I think that's on par. I do need to look a little more into these corners, though, because there's so many of them. I'm not sure who exactly I want to keep, because I'm not going to be able to keep them all. This is a tough one for me, because I don't know. Flott is a little more dependable than some of the other guys, but that's more of a availability thing rather than a being a good player thing. How good is his ratings? He is solid, though. 5 years is crazy work, but it's not crazy money, though. I think we have Drew Phillips and Flott as our 2 long-term corners. I just don't know if I see it with Deontay Banks. Got a couple of retirements here. Russell Wilson is one of them. Oh my, more than a couple. Of course, kicking concerns for the Giants as well. That's the one. That's the comment. That's what we were talking about here today. I think it's very obvious what happened, but the Younghoe Koo kick. Did he choke? Did he stop? You know, what happened there? I think it's pretty obvious that the hold was garbage. And if he kicks that thing, far worse than the ball being turned over at the 40-yard line happens. I think potential blocked field goal for a touchdown is what we're talking about. Not Younghoe Koo's fault. Case closed. Kicking problems are still there, though. And let me tell you, again, as a Packers fan, I know all about kicking problems. Damn this team every year. We're in negotiations. Again, I just don't know if I believe in Deontay Banks. I'd rather rock the two names we mentioned. And that's not me forgetting those two names you mentioned. I'm just saying it like that to save time, clearly. Thing is, though, the team still doesn't have a whole lot of money. So as far as free agency goes, there's a couple of names I'd like to add. You know, Joel Bitonio. You know, this is the team. I still can't get over some of the trades that the Bears made for their offensive line. You know, those. Can the Giants do that? Can the Giants make the plays that the Bears did to fix their offensive line? I don't think so. I think it was just like almost a perfect storm. Chiefs trading off freaking Joe Thuney is crazy work. Especially for lower than a third-round pick. It's why I just, you know, for these Madden rebuilds, I don't know what to make a trade for. Like, I'll be like, I'll make a play, and somebody be like, oh, well, that's stupid. Like, he's worth way more than that. And then, you know, you look at some of the trades through NFL history, and it's like, okay, maybe not. These guys are worth a lot less than we thought for some reason. But, yeah, as far as O-line goes, it's like Joel Bitonio, and that's it. And there were talks about, you know, him potentially not being a Brown, but not retiring. Don't know if that's confirmed or denied now. Maybe he's already retired and I just didn't see it. But don't know if the Giants would be the team you would go to, but you never know. Maybe he really believes in what's going on here. He knows Harbaugh a bit, right? Got some experience playing against him. And as far as like cap savings go, it's really just John Runyon, which of course we will be releasing him. I just don't need a 73 overall 29-year-old. As far as, you know, where the rebuild is now, it is all about what can make the team better. I do not care if your favorite player is James Hudson III. It makes sense to release him. We're saving some money. I'm not going to start him, you know. Great, I don't even have Bitonio. I just released freaking John Runyon, and I don't have a backup plan. Hooray! I pivoted to Edwards. That didn't work either. Oh, my God. This is not going well. Shaq Mason? Nobody wants him. I guess we'll take him. That could not go any worse if we're being honest. Also sucks that Dante Moore is not entering the draft because this pick 5, could have been a bit more valuable on a trade down. At this point, I'm really not sure what this team is going to be doing. Like, there's no way they're drafting at 5. Like, they just don't have that type of player need for 5 unless you really want to go that high for a tackle, right? You don't need QB. You don't need edge rusher. You arguably don't need wide receiver. So at the end of the day, like, what do you take at 5? I just don't think there's a player worth that high of a pick. Although you look at this offensive line, and it is decimated with the moves we made. Yeah, we should not have gotten rid of Runyon, huh? I mean, like, is there a corner worth pick 5 overall? I don't see it. I see a trade down of at least to 12. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 5 overall. Again, all the fun players, all the fun names, all the fun positions are just positions we don't need, right? Like QB, arguably wide receiver we don't need. Edge rusher we don't need. Like Bane at 5 would be cool, but I don't know. Do you go corner? I don't love the corners, and I mean, I think we could rock with what we've got. I don't know. I think we're just going to go to 5 and see what's there. Mendoza's not gone 1 overall. You know what? Let me take a look at the Raiders situation. Let's figure it out. Oh, no. Oh, no. They have opted for a different plan. Mendoza goes 2 overall. I mean, I can't force teams to do anything, right? I am curious to see what we can get, though. If we can go to like 11 and still land a tackle, that would be fantastic. I'm not trading for next year. Unbelievable. Believe it or not. And, I mean, at least the Rams are giving me hope that I can maybe make a trade. Overall, though, not a huge fan here. What can I do with Dallas? Because they have pick 12 and 20. I doubt I get 20, but that would be pretty crazy. 5's got some value. Is it that much value? I forgot to change the trade difficulty again. I always have to fix the damn draft order because EA just says, "Oh yeah, we've been working on the live now thing for a good 2 weeks now. We can't figure it out." All right, I really hope we can land a lineman here at 11. I hope we just land lineman in general because we have lost another lineman, making this trade down. Let's see what the Dolphins take. QB, okay. I'm not saying they need to hop the Commanders, but hopping the Browns is a real possibility there. Tackle's looking good so far, though. That'd be crazy if we get our pick of tackle. No way it's going to happen that the Bengals could use a lineman. Wow, we actually do get our pick of tackle if that's the route we want to go. I mean, we could just go best available, get Caleb Downs, get Delane. But do you not just make the smart move, get a tackle? This team needs to protect their investment. It's not a crazy investment, but there seems to be something to protect there with Jackson Dart. This is a tough one for me because I know the stupid thing to do in Madden would be to take a lineman, although it's a very smart thing to do in real life. This would be like the dream scenario for the Giants if this somehow happened, and yet I don't want to do it. I'm going to take Noah. I've seen too many Samoa guys just kill it to not grab them. I've seen it. I'm seeing it too much lately. This is a killer pick. 22 true talent, hidden development trait. Looks like a beast. If we can get like another Sewell here for the Giants, that'd be insane. We'd have tackle locked up. Everyone else could figure it out themselves, okay? Damn, Rams kind of cooked as well. It costs us quite a bit, but an opportunity has struck, and you might know what it is after seeing the trade-up we made. I did obviously see him at the top there. I just wanted to make sure that there's not someone else. Damn, Caden Proctor as well, though. Can we go crazy in the O-line? Don't really need a tackle, though. But yeah, we are going to be going with Caleb Downs. Now, it would be a little surprising if he gets all the way down to 21. And I know it's not the same situation as Brian Branch, but I'm going to be enacting the Brian Branch rule of taking a safety further than where they're projected to go. We land Caleb Downs, the #1 overall true talent, at 21 overall. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care that you broke your elbow. We are taking him, and we're not going to regret it. Well, I even noticed Drew Phillips went to Superstar, so we were kind of right, potentially, in the two guys we're investing in. You want Banks? Deontay Banks and a third-round pick for 10 spots up? I'm just saying, we're thinning out the herd a bit, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I need what I need. Speaking of herd, Harold, I don't know where that makes any sense, Harold and herd. But Harold Perkins, we're going to go with the hybrid super athlete. We're going to be playing him at linebacker, 82 true talent. You know, recently enough, we finally took him in a rebuild, and we just moved him all over the place. We had him playing a little bit of edge. We played him a little bit of linebacker. Even moved him to safety full-time. But in this one, he absolutely will be playing linebacker, no doubt about it. And if we can add a corner like Damani Jackson, potentially, this is maybe not the best trenches rebuild we've ever had. Or, you know, oh man, we do need at least one lineman here. We're going to have to trade up for one lineman. I don't know if we're going to get Damani. I love a corner, but we don't really need a corner. Oh, man, all these old linemen are already gone, dude. How do I trade up for a lineman? There's nothing left. There's literally just Reed Adams, and he's 23. I'm going to have to make a trade up again. This is the most I've ever traded up. We kind of got a little desperate. We wanted what we wanted, and it is absolutely going to cripple us for the future. I mean, we're already missing our 5th and 7th next year. Is there anything we can do here? Would you like Tracy? I really don't want to get rid of Tyrone Tracy, but would you like him? I'm wondering. We trade Darius Slayton and a 4th-round pick to get to 68. Darius Slayton's, I mean, he's not crazy value, but maybe a 5th or a 6th. I'll allow that trade. It's not our most realistic work we've ever done, but Reed Adams, I'm going to have no choice. If he's normal dev, I'm going to be so pissed because I could have taken a corner. 54 true talent. Okay, he is hidden. That was a good move. We're going to slow sim it because I am willing to kind of risk it. Nah, we're not. We're not. We can't. I cannot. I was about to say, I'm willing to risk it for one of these corners. No, I'm not. I can't. I just simply can't. I want to. I can't. We have made too many trade-ups. I think we did a pretty good job. We went a little more realistic for the lineman pick. You know, we took a 1st-round lineman, which is not something we usually do. We could use another I really wish he had a corner here. But we could use another linebacker. I think Kopp is the fastest of the bunch for sure. So with that being said, we're going to take Logan Kopp, who looks very promising. Is this the guy we've used before? It might be, actually. 125 true. I know he's normal dev, but still, very good change of direction. Athleticism is great in general. And with pick 12, I would love to add yet another lineman, but I don't think that's going to happen. And with this pick, we're going to take Rod Moore, who needs to be a backup, but it's fine. 65 true talent, normal development rate. We got ourselves some depth at some DB positions outside of corner, sadly. I don't know if Giants fans, especially the front office, would consider it a win to come out with 0 corners. Definitely Packers in that thing. But I really love the picks we made, so we just take, you know, pure good value. Let's take a look at the dev of the tackle, though. Really hoping that he is a superstar. I don't know if he will be, though. Yeah, let's find out if he is. I'm really hoping he is. That'd be fantastic. We really just need a center now, and we'll be fine at least for a year. And he is only star dev, which sucks because we took him all the way up at 11. It is what it is, though. Caleb Downs. He'll be playing strong safety for us. I think that is a hell of a draft pick, obviously. And we have improved that position. Maybe the corners aren't the best, but the safeties are very good right now. Both are like 80-plus overall safeties. Both young enough to be here for the whole rebuild, I'm pretty sure, too. Perkins obviously really needed a linebacker, so he'll be the will linebacker. Could use him as pass rush, but we don't really need a pass rusher. Also, I didn't even think about it. We could have used Thibodeau. Thibodeau's worth no less than a third-round pick, so we might use him to trade for a center or maybe a corner that is proven that is on a team that won't pay him or can't afford to pay him. I really wanted to get a lineman. I tried to actually get Fairchild off of them, and they wouldn't even take it straight up. So they view Fairchild as higher than a third, which fair enough. We trade Thibodeau off to the Bengals for a third-round pick. All right, this is the team for the official year 1 star. What is Neighbors looking like? 5 weeks? Why did it have to be a complete ACL tear? Why couldn't it be like partial? Or is that bad? Is complete worse? Dude, the whole damn universe is out. Pochik is dead. Oh, my Lord. We're going to pull out a guy with an ACL tear playing center. Theo Johnson went to star dev, by the way. Not from us, just from, you know, the season he had. I did put Wan'Dale Robinson on our training camp. Was going to do Theo. Now that he's star dev, I wish I would have known that. I would have actually for sure done that. I wasn't 100% sure if I was committed to Theo or not, but I think I am now. Drew Phillips, obviously going to superstar dev, was a huge one. He's 24 years old, so definitely one of the cornerstone corners for this rebuild. Not sure what's going to happen in real life, but in game, I don't hate these 2 corners. Downs, obviously a great safety, so it's not bad. There's still some things you can improve on, but I like most of what we've got going on. Looking at contracts, Okereke is regressing at a 2+ overall rate. If he gets down to 79-80, I don't know if I want him anymore. Thing is, we don't really have anyone else to pay, so we're in a good spot. I just need some free agents to show up that actually want to be here. I can't remember what happened in our Giants rebuild we recently did, but obviously we did not run the Ravens playbooks. But this has gone really well. Like, this is actually not bad at all. 12-5. We must have been pretty close to the number 1. Dude! If we didn't lose the damn Cowboys, who we let into the playoffs, mind you, with that, we would have had the number 1 seed. That is a massive sell. Oh, that is a huge sell. Number 1 seed, and the Cowboys get knocked out instead. Not number 1 seed, and they're in. Of course, looking at the numbers, this is going to be, yeah, very Ravenly with the quarterback having some rushing numbers. Skadaboo looking pretty good. Oh, my Lord. But what can I do? I got to rock with these playbooks until we suck. We went 12-5. Wow, the pass rush wasn't even that good. Drew Phillips, 7 interceptions anyways. He's an X factor. Drew Phillips is an X factor. I just want you to realize the situation we're in here. Joe Burrow is the MVP of the league. We would have never had anything because our numbers sucked. We won a lot of games, but our numbers were horrible, so I'm not really sure what to think. This is so strange to me. Like, the numbers sucked, but we won a lot of games. It's just weird. Like, usually there's at least something that's decent. We were like bottom 20, the bottom 5 minute, probably at best, for a lot of things. Like, passing yards, Dart was probably bottom 5. Passing touchdowns, bottom 5. Receivers, bottom 5. Like, this is kind of surprising. I'm not really sure how we're here, but we are. Let's take a look if we can beat a division rival. We couldn't beat them last week, at least the Cowboys, as that would have sent us to the divisional round automatically. 7-3. 14-3 is not looking good so far. 14-10. Maybe one of those upset underdog type of rebuilds. Usually we see the other team worse than us somehow do better than us, but unfortunately, of course, when the shoe's on the other foot and we're a part of that bad team, we don't get any luck at all. 49-24. That alone is enough for me to at least change the defensive scheme. We'll try the offensive scheme one more year, I think, but damn, that defensive scheme might need to go. It might need to go. Not bad offensively, just didn't put up enough points is the problem, which obviously is, in the end, the offense's problem. Whether you move up and down the field easily or not, it's all about, and look at downs with the pick, it's all about actually scoring points. Like, if you put up 500 yards but have 17 points, obviously that's a terrible game for the offense. Well, maybe not terrible, but it wasn't good. And in fairness, we lost to the Eagles, who destroyed the Jaguars, who have a better roster than us, so I don't know what to think about the scheme now. That changed my perspective a little bit. I will say, Theo Johnson's now a superstar. He's not a great overall, but he is, in fact, a superstar development trade player. Let's take a look at the rest of the team. No one else goes up in dev, unfortunately. The tackle goes up to an 82, though, so totally worth grabbing him at 11 overall. Defensively, once again, we said it. Drew Phillips, he is an X Factor. Also, Burns is an X Factor. What the hell? Was it tackles for a loss or something? Because I don't think he had that before this season, right? Or maybe he did. Maybe he did. He had a pretty good season last year, so maybe it might have been last year, actually. Yeah, maybe it was. Our retirements were at least weak, which is nice to see. A lot of money, though. I'm not really sure what we would want with this money, because I actually like the trajectory of the team as is. Maybe like a defensive tackle and like a lineman. Fifth year for Neighbors, it's not worth it. At 88 overall, Neighbors is probably looking at 32-ish per year. You do the fifth-year option, you wait a year, and it's like 38 to 40. We talked about Okereke, 80 overall. It's not bad, but I think we could do that or better in free agency. So we'll offer him like a 1-year 13, and if he doesn't take it, then we're moving on. Which he actually does take, fair enough. Ooh, free agency, Ryan Kelly. Welcome to the team. That is exactly the type of move we need. O'Neal, I need a guard. Elton Jenkins could easily play guard. Green Bay's been moving him around, and I feel like he has probably played his most consistent ball as a guard. That was when he was kind of touted as this, really good lineman, and he's seemingly, in my opinion, worse every year, every time they move him to tackle and center and all that. So if we can get Kelly and Jenkins, our offensive line could, like I said, kind of hit that Chicago Bears realm. So this could be that glow-up. We actually could see a Super Bowl next season. Perhaps. You never know. Or at least playoff run, like we sort of had. D. Winters is interesting. Linebacker is up there, but it's not as big of a need. It is. It's just, we're good for a year, and D. Winters really isn't a long-term guy, in my opinion. 80 overall, 26. That's maxing 84, 85 probably. But, yeah, I think it's really just the lineman we'd want out of this group, because DT is kind of weak. You got a couple of names, but meh. Or do you bring in Deron Payne because you're like, well, a lot of these guys are 1-year deals, and you don't really care how much you spend if it's only a 1 year, if you don't have to pay anyone because Dart's on a rookie deal. Yeah, we'll try it, whatever. These are big names. These are like year-changing names, right? See if we get them all. We see at least 2, and we do. Kelly and Jenkins. Of course, Deron Payne was kind of a late addition, so it'd be nice to grab him, but yeah, we don't end up getting him. That's fine. Also didn't even know Rashid Rice was there, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I see the Chiefs. Well, maybe I could see them potentially getting rid of him. But more importantly, I don't think we need him. I really don't. We need a better scheme, though. We might have to change it up. I am sorry, John. Maybe we just keep the defensive scheme. We move to something else offensively. I don't know what I want on offense, but I don't want the Ravens scheme. I want somebody that runs the ball, just not the way they did. What do we got? Houston? What is Houston looking like? That's not bad. I don't hate that. But I also like the Falcons a little bit more. I think we're going to go with the Falcons. I want the Falcons. All right, we got pick 22. What do we want to do with that is the question. Tight end's kind of on the mind. Rollins is the best probably, but I don't really know if I feel he's worth it. We do need DT. Lopez looks good. He's not amazing. I'd be willing to move up to like 16 to 18 range for him, I think. Because every other DT is like a nose tackle, so he is like the best bet. We do have some cornerback options as well, though, which I don't need again, but I wouldn't hate a cornerback, I suppose. But yeah, we'll go to like 16. Hopefully Lopez is there, and if he is, I think we're going to make a trade up. That's like kind of our biggest need, DT, sort of. I mean, we could use some linemen, but for right now, obviously those two guys we grabbed from free agency are going to be more than enough. Well, never mind. Lopez goes 15th overall. He's a 1-2 that went 15. 15. Fantastic. Love it. I love it here. Let's go to 22. I don't have a reason to be up any higher. Might take a wide receiver. There's one there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know anymore, okay? We were screwed. Two really fast wide receivers at the top there, though. What about the Tally? Not Tally. Elam. Matt Elam. You're giving me safety vibes from back in the day. Ravens, ironically enough. Damon Walls, 23 years old. Very elite athlete. Didn't scout him because I thought he would have been gone by now, so that's freaking fantastic. What about Foster? I mean, there's some good corners here. It's just if they're not hidden dev, if they're not higher than star even, are they worth it? I don't know. Spencer Phillips looks pretty good. All of the guys look pretty good. But I guess the real question is, how good is Flott? 26 years old, 81. Okay, we do need a corner, kind of. Damn. I guess I'll go Spencer Phillips. He looks really, really good, so. 2 Phillips at cornerback, 17 true talent. Yay, normal dev. Way to go. Sweet. And Elam's still there, late second, so Matt Elam's going to be the choice. 90 true talent, and another normal. Woohoo! Damn, that's kind of tough. Not having our best second draft. Hopefully Lopez is also normal, make me feel a little bit better. Should have went with the wide receiver, huh? Great. Just great. Just fantastic. This is going to be a trade down. Well, what about Weaver, actually? He was the fast-ish guy. We need a backup running back. We'll go Stephon Weaver. A little higher than I'm used to taking running back, though. 77 true. Another normal. Woohoo. Now we'll trade down. I don't need something this high. Saints, 3rd round, 2 years from now, mind you. Horrible trade for us. Right as I clicked it, I realized it was next 2 years from now, not next year. I just didn't fathom that the game would ever offer a trade that's so stupidly unrealistic like that, but they got me. They beat me. Make sure you read the fine print, because they just scammed us. All right, start taking some of these linemen. Please give me a hidden. Thank you. Okay, if we didn't get hidden linemen, then I know something's crazy up. And then we're going to take Glenn Cannon. 69 true talent, hidden development rate. Okay, I mean, at least these guys are hidden, as you'd expect, to be fair. And we're going to take Adrian Webster, 360-pound defensive tackle. 18 true talent, hidden dev, worth the pick. All right, draft recap. The corner was definitely worth the pick. Still 77 overall, just normal development rate is so tough. Got to see the other two dudes. We're about to learn that, hey, maybe 23 isn't the end of the world, but at the same time, this guy could have been, the guy we grabbed could have been hidden, and the other guys could have been normal. It really is just completely random, because obviously at 77 overall, that's a very good player. That's a top 10, top 15 type player in the draft. Maybe top 20 top player, but these are all good players. We just got a little unlucky. But actually, you know what? This DT is actually kind of crazy. I will say Elam also goes up 3 overalls playing DT, so even he's not a bad draft pick. Let's take a look at these corners. I also do want to see the DT, because if he's normal dev, I don't feel as bad. There's no way I was moving all the way to 15. Oh, wow, he was good, though. Damn, dude, he is insane. Super strong, great power move. 78 overall. Dev of star, thankfully not higher. I would have been really pissed then. Let's take a look at those cornerbacks, which we had the choice of. We can't blame anyone but ourselves. Foster was one of them, 78 overall, hidden development traits. Automatically a lot better than our player, which is, I just love it. I love it. It's great. Dev. Okay, at least it's only star. I can live a little bit more with that. If it was superstar or X Factor, obviously that would be horrible, because that's definitely worth a year of age, right? And then here's Walls, the guy I really worry about. Okay, normal development trait. So our guy was definitely better than Walls. All right, I can live with it. Not the worst move in the world. 12 upgrade points gets Jackson Dart a +3 to overall. Is really good upgrades, though. It's like almost all accuracy stuff. All right, here's the roster, though, for year number 2. We did actually do the training camp for Theo Johnson this time, so we'll see if we want to go Wandale next season or just keep going Theo. But this is a really good team. I mean, if last year was 12-5 and we made the playoffs almost with the bye week, I don't see why this year wouldn't be. We have a massive upgrade at center and guard. And then defensively, not really a massive upgrade anywhere, but I suppose you're getting a better Phillips off rip and you're getting a better, Perkins / Downs off rip. So we'll see what happens. Really hoping for some dev ups here, especially the corner, especially the DT, especially Jackson Dart. But we are going to be giving this Raven scheme one more season because we did play well with it. Oh, no, we're not. No, I feel weird about that. Let's go back to Baltimore. Oh, I'm messing it all up. Let's go back to Baltimore. As much as, I don't love the numbers, I don't love the upgrades from it. At the same time, we did make the playoffs. If we suck, okay, then we change it up. All right, got some contracts. Drew Phillips, obviously the franchise corner. 5-year, 87.5 is the way to go. Malik Neighbors, obviously the franchise wide receiver. 6-year, 165. Did he say no? He said something about it's a good deal, but something, I don't know. 2-year, 58 for Dexter. Fair enough. Theo Johnson, I think he's your guy. Got to keep doing the training camp stuff, but I think he'll be fine. Then we have Holland, I suppose. I mean, it's just really what can we do when Dart needs a contract? What are we going to do when Scadaboo needs a contract? We have $77 million. We can barely afford what we got. And obviously that's like losing a lineman or two. So this is concerning, but I think we can do it. I think we can keep Holland and Neighbors here and still be fun. I'm getting real damn sick of these damn Cowboys. We're in the wild card round, which is great, sure. But we lose the division and potentially the number 1 seed again because we can't finish the season out because we lose to the Cowboys at the end of the season, man. We lost to them twice, by the way. Like, this team isn't even good. They sneak into the playoffs again because of us. Why? Why do we hate ourselves? Of course, a lot of rushing success, so you can't even, like, really hate on the scheme. It's just Dart's getting cooked. The receivers are all getting cooked, too. Blocking, I mean, you can't really give up a lot of sacks if you're not throwing the damn ball. Pass rush, really good. I mean, I can't hate it. I can't hate it. I want to hate it because I want to develop the receivers, but I can't. I can't hate it because we're doing well. John Harbaugh's him. What can I say? I hate that the screen is like so dark here because you click in one time and it's like, oh, well, here's the darkness of night in the background. You can see nothing now. Fortunately, no award wins, which means no guaranteed dev-ups, but we're on the road taking on the Panthers. Not saying that they're an easy team to beat, but I like our odds versus them more than the Eagles, I think. All right, going to the end of the game, 3-0, 10-0, 13-0, 16-0, 16-3. Come on, defense, you got to hold on. The offense isn't built for the high-powered stuff. Drove all the way down, got nothing. We get a field goal. It's not the most impressive win. I know 17 points is great, but it was all the defense, really. I worry about the future, but hey, we get to the division round guaranteed. That's nice to see. Dart, pretty good performance. I can live with that. Of course, a lot of success on the ground, bunch of different guys getting involved. Dart's not the slowest quarterback in the world, so it's not like it's not a complete... It's not like it's like a complete mismatch. It actually is a scheme that still works with him. 1 missed kick out of 5. I can live with it. I can live with, 80% field goal percentage. What I can't live with is like 50%. All right, the divisional round. We've had a little bit of success in year 2 lately. But now we're taking on the Eagles. We're higher overall, but I still don't know if I love our odds. He got cooked last time by double. I think they more than doubled, right? It was like 25 points more than our 24. Great, and it's raining. I mean, I suppose we're a good run team, so... This is probably the worst case scenario for the Eagles. This is like the worst situation they could have been in. As we do start off with a nice touchdown, as a passing touchdown, mind you. Another passing drive. Really good scores by both sides, 21-14. Can we get a stop? No one can get a stop except for the Eagles, thankfully for them. Really nice drive after a stop, 28-21. Still 28-21. Okay, we're the 4th quarter now, halfway through. Eagles need to drive down to keep this game alive. 4th and 5. I mean, this could be it. This could be it. I mean, the team's kind of, I wouldn't say playing with house money, but on the road against a 12-5 team, you're at least playing with house money on this down because you have 3 minutes if you can actually get the stop, which they will because Brian Burns comes in. He had more time than I thought he was going to, and he just didn't hit a receiver. If the offense stays on the field, which, yeah, need 1 yard. I was about to say, the offense stays on the field, they win the game. You need 1 yard passing the ball in this weather to nothing but tight ends. Scattaboo. Predetermined Scattaboo. It's high. He drops it. Cam, what are you doing? Oh, my. I can't believe he just dropped it. It's a little high, sure, and then they get the touchdown instantly. Well, that touchdown makes me feel really good about my decision. Oh, huge first down. What's the clock? Getting those tight ends involved. You need about 25 yards probably, because I don't know if I trust this weather. Clock's running. I'm not going to call a timeout just yet. Running back maybe. Will he even catch it? I don't know. Saw him late. It's okay, I guess. And this scheme is a little iffy for trying to move the ball down the field in a hurry. There's really not a whole lot going on. And wow, I was like, wait, why is he not throwing it? It's because we were instantly sacked. I was like, throw it to the outside. They did bring 6, so it makes sense, but damn. All right. If we even are lucky enough to get to overtime, what a choke. Driving on the field, ball first, not how you want to go about it. You can't punt the ball. Have you seen your team? I mean, I don't know if you can go for it either, but have you seen your team? There's no way you can punt this ball. Somebody just get open. Pretty good throw, and it's good enough. Gibson, of all players. Clutch. Damn, that is scary, dude. This weather is tough. Come on, New York. And they will score. 7-point game. Eagles driving down in a hurry. 4th and 17. This is the game. Cover 4. I mean, you're playing kind of soft here, but you're just hoping this pass rush can get there. Perkins over the middle. Got to get a stop. Got to get a swat. Nice swat. We're moving on to the championship round. And I mean, I can't even say we played a huge part in this one because did we even play a part at all? I mean, that 4th down and 8, I suppose. But outside of that, we kind of were more of a detriment to this team going for it before half and or before overtime or the end of the game before, leading to overtime, whatever. But Scottaboo was pretty good. Barkley was kind of better. Neighbors was solid. What a game. I mean, this was as close as it can get. It really is. Super lack of mistakes as well. And here it is. 90 overall versus the 84 overall Vikings. How did they get here? Because this is not a team that you usually see do well. Maybe once every 5 to 10 rebuilds they make a Super Bowl, but they usually don't win it. They beat the Cowboys. Woohoo! That's all that matters to me. Then they beat the Cardinals. I mean, these are low-scoring games. These are the types of games we live for. Come on, New York. Let's get to a Super Bowl in year 2. With the Ravens' schemes, mind you. That's another big part of it, too. It's not just winning. It's also winning with, the Harbaugh way, if you will. I mean, they brought the Ravens OC as well. Pretty much what you've seen in Baltimore, you're pretty much going to get a lot of that here in New York. All right, going to the end of the game. Great stop and score. I mean, if history is to actually repeat itself, we win the game already. Because the Vikings just score very little. And so far, they're looking worse than their other games, honestly. Huge touchdown, no 2-point. That's massive because that's an 18-point game. And with that, this Giants team is headed to the Super Bowl. The Vikings kind of made a comeback late, but they're headed to the Super Bowl in year 2. Dude, these year 2 rebuilds. And the craziest part, once again, is we are using the schemes the team gives us. So maybe we just jump the gun a little bit sometimes in these rebuilds. And we're like, well, first season wasn't a damn Super Bowl run. Time to move on. Maybe not. Maybe we need to just chill, take a step back, and realize that these schemes aren't terrible. They're terrible for developing players, sure, but you can still win games with them. I'll admit that part. Obviously, there's some development concerns. As it'll be the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Don't know how I feel about that in real life with the Bo Nix injury, unfortunately. That's just tough. That is so tough, dude. Oh, that's the way I feel about my team. This is a year where the NFL just feels so weird. Like, any given team could win it as long as you're in the playoffs. And, Denver, that injury, man, that sucks. That's tough. Let's take a look at how they got here, though. I'm always curious to see that, especially when it's a team that I'm not used to seeing. Broncos, they beat the Bills by 8. And then they beat, Baltimore by 28 points. And then Jacksonville by 7. So, I mean, we're kind of the Baltimore Ravens, so I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No dev up for Dart, as you'd expect. It's just this scheme is not going to allow it. Ooh, wait a minute. How did this happen? Was he best O-line? Andrew Thomas is a superstar. Huge. Didn't even notice that. O-line of the year. That's big, actually. And then defensively, we have Holland, who we just paid a 3-year 42 as well to. That's a huge dev up as well. All right. We're making some good decisions out here. I'm happy about it. Cornerback, Phillips is still normal, but that's the reason why we start him. He's 84 overall already. Normal dev, 84 overall already. There's a good team. Let's see if this good team can be great and win a Super Bowl. Got the Broncos beat by 4 overalls. Benito's an X factor, though. Damn. All right, going to the end of the game. Right to left seems to be Denver. We get a touchdown to start. 7-0, 7-3, 7-3 still, 7-10. Offense, huge touchdown before half. We have a 4-point lead. We only have a 1-point lead now. Denver driving down. They get the 2-point as well. Offense got to do something if they want to win it here. 4th and 1, you can't kick a field goal. They are going to go for it. This fork zig is... It's not a bad play. I just don't love it. Got a lot of reads to make. It's late. What a damn catch. There is no way it's Gibson again. There is no way he's this clutch. The clutchest man. I've got to sign him again. I don't know if he needs a contract now. We got to sign him whether we win the Super Bowl or not. 4th and 3. What are they thinking? Is that a freaking counter? I really didn't love that play last time. The problem is their mesh is like all tight ends. I don't love that. I want one wide receiver in there and just in case. All right, let's see it. Tight end. Alberto Kuwebunam. All the way down to the 1. Not a great game from Dart, but he's playing within the scheme. See the scheme get a damn touchdown there at the 1-yard line. There you go. 21 all. This defense makes a stop. Offense got to make a drive happen. 4th and 3. I think there's enough time on the clock where even though this is risky, I'm willing to do it, I think. I think we're willing to do it. Mix it up a little bit. I don't love that it's Scattaboo every time, though. That's the one issue I have. Please, Wandale. Nice. Oh, Wandale, a lot of yards, actually, to the 33. Big conversion. All right. Slant's kind of scary, but it worked. Going backwards. Nice. Oh, did he throw a pick? He did not. 3rd and 6. Huge drive. Field goal. They hit it. 2 minutes left. And intercepted, I think. We win the Super Bowl. 24-21. The Giants are once again world champions. And once again, we have won a Super Bowl in year number 2. That 4th down and 3 was worth it every time. Team was kind of struggling to move the ball in general, and Yuta gave them all the momentum, and it's just they were playing with no pressure at that point. But with a field goal lead, with any lead at all, of course, they had to score. They had to get down the field. They couldn't do it. Too much pressure was on them. Who was the one that intercepted that ball, though? That's what I want to know. Charles Woodson handing out the trophy pretty much, or delivering it, if you will. Escorting it. And it's an interception that wins the game. How fitting is that? Of course, we got to take a look at this. Take a look at this highlights. I really want to see who got that pick. I don't care about this. We've seen this. It's all short plays for the most part. I want to see who got the pick. Bobby Okereke, the guy we almost didn't bring back. Wow, Bo Nix with 2 interceptions. Dart, 2 touchdowns, but only 25 yards. Run game was horrible, both sides, but mainly ours. Theo Johnson was clutch. What a weird game. I mean, you look at some of the top performances in this game, and it's just a bunch of guys that you wouldn't expect to be the guys. Missed kick from Will Lutz as well. We got our kicking situation fixed, at least for this season. I don't know what the future looks like, but clutch. Again, showing you guys the playoff schedule. I don't know if anyone else does this or not, but it's very easy to make anything, any result you really want. If you don't show that, you can literally just replay it 45 times if you wanted to. But although it's kind of irrelevant because once we get closer to the draft, we're going to be doing offline leagues, and that there's no way I can prove it. I could literally just create a freaking save point or something like that. But yeah, that was a great year. Great year. Obviously, we'll do 2 more seasons, try to get that Dynasty rolling if possible. Not sure who we're keeping, but assuming there's not any crazy retirements, we should be able to keep most of the players for at least a season more. as one-year deals aren't going to really hurt our ability to re-sign anyone until we actually need to re-sign them. The retirements, Rodgers retires, TJ Watt retires. What? Was he in the Raiders? And then, dude, I don't even know. I'm not even going to pretend to know anymore. Giants retirements. I'm worried because Burns is close to that early retirement, which EA seems to love to push these days. We got about $95 million, so I think we're kind of good. Did we pay everyone? Oh, we're definitely doing the 5th-year option for Abdul Carter. I like Tracy, but he's not that important. And then Dart, that tag, that 5th-year option is way more. And I've got to. I have no choice. I'm sorry, but I have to overpay. No! I tried. You've seen it. We tried to keep him. Okereke, I know he just saved us in the Super Bowl, but okay, he needs to go. I would pay Gibson because he's the number 3. Number 3 doesn't matter as much, but damn, I can't believe he just said no just like that. That's crazy. Ryan Kelly, he's back. Beautiful, beautiful. So we'll keep most of the team intact for one more year. I still cannot believe he just left us like that. He clutches up the hero in the playoffs, the Super Bowl itself as well, obviously, and just leaves. How? Why? He's not even going to get that much in free agency either. It's tough. It's tough. Free agency. Can't believe Worthy is this cheap, though, but there's not really much we can do about it. We need him. We could use him, but we can't afford him. I mean, I'll throw a one-year deal out there. It's not my job to accept or decline that if I'm on his side here. So if he doesn't join us, that's his decision. If he joins us, that's his decision. Same with Warren, who I'll offer a one-year deal as well, too. I'm willing to do pretty much any one-year deal. We don't really need to worry about it. Ooh, Bullard. Nickel corner, potentially. I think that's fine. Ooh, Trevin Wallace. I don't think we can afford this, though. We need a linebacker, though. Trevin Wallace is an interesting one. You don't usually see him in free agency. Is that a 1 year? So we did 1 year there. We did 1 year there. I don't care about the 1 years. We can, afford everyone next season. That Trevin Wallace contract alone is a little pushing it, but that's fine. I really hope we get him. I am hoping we get him. Nice. Jaylen Warren and Trevin Wallace. Beautiful work. What's that draft pick looking like, though, in the 3rd round? I think we have an extra 3rd. Was that not this year? That was last year, wasn't it? It was last year. Do we have another? Oh, yeah, the Saints next year as well. Okay, fair enough. I can live with it. All right, with the draft pick 32. I don't know what you would... I can't see. Thank you very much. I don't know what we even really need. Wide receiver's kind of on my list because there's a lot of fast guys, and I don't know what we're going to do in the future. Tight end, I wouldn't hate Reinhard. But we have Theo for another 2 seasons, I think, and we're only doing 2 more seasons. So that kind of puts that out of the list. I think we're just going to move down to 32 and see what happens. I don't really think there's a position we need. Like on my list, I have 2 O-linemen, potentially. Tight end, linebacker, corner, running back. Which of those positions do we actually need a starter? Like none. I do have a lot of the wide receivers, so that's fine. Corner. Oh, Beck is still there. He's not that great. That's why I scouted him further because I didn't know what that man coverage was. It was like, I think, B to D. Not a huge fan of it. We also have Norris, who looks better. I'm going to take Nigel Norris. 19 true talent. Please be... I was about to say, please be anything but normal. What do we got for wide receivers? I might do a tradey trade. Not right now, but at some point. I don't like any of these guys for a good reason. They kind of sucked. All right, we trade a 2nd, 4th, and a 5th to get to the Panthers. You can see that the Colts take B.J. Mitchell. I don't think I will, thank you very much. And we're going to be taking a wide receiver with this pick. It is going to be Mr. Sebastian Caldwell. Very fast. 4'2", 5'40" wide receiver. He is a true talent of 22 with the dev of course, dude. We have taken a lot of normals, but say what you will, our quarterback is normal dev. And he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback in year 2 of this rebuild. So it's not all bad. Normal devs isn't the worst thing in the world, apparently. What do we want to do with these picks, though? Like, we don't really need a player this high. I guess I trade down again. There's really no point in keeping this spot. Browns are giving me quite the trade down. I get a bunch of UDFA type players with that trade. All right, we're going to go for another trade down. We're just going to have every 6th round pick in the world, which, I mean, we obviously love that. We love it. We usually do pretty well in this 6th round for ourselves. We have like 3 or 4 6th-round picks here. Let's see what we want to do. Definitely want a running back. Can't remember who is better. Kind of usually just pick out a couple of radians and then put them on the list. Babinu, because of the speed. He has 44 true talent. Hidden dev. I mean, he's not going to start, but he'll be a backup. We have 5. No, we have 4 first round. 5. We do have 5 for 6 rounds, not 4th rounds. Huge, huge. Let's take Thomas now. Jaron Thomas. Don't really need O-line. We've already got backup linemen, but again, I don't need anything any higher either, so it is what it is. And at 21, let's see who is left over. Any linemen? There's no way they're all gone. There you go. Hugh Michaels. Humongous. Remember that guy? What's that guy up to these days? I wonder what he's up to. Pick 25 in the 6th round. Then we have 32 in the next slot. And with this pick, we are going to take Mr. Jamie Walker. Didn't even look at his dev there, actually, but it's because I don't need him. I really don't need him. It's just depth pieces, just in case we run out of money to get these backups in there, or even starters. Just trying to fill the weakest positions on the team. Let's go another running back, Claiborne. I don't think he's going to be great, but 83 true talent and normal dev. I mean, again, we need backups. Like, we don't have Jalen Warren, right? Or was that this year? Dude, I am so forgetful. It's such a long scout. It is this year. Such a long scouting process. And even though this kicker is kind of mid, Eric Aragon. What a name, by the way. That's the best one. He is hidden? Okay, he's going to be a low overall, but I think we are just going to start him. Punter sucked. With this pick, we'll probably go fullback and then long snapper. Filling all the needs, one random draft pick at a time. Hidden dev fullback. It's been a while. Huge. It's really not huge, but it's it's adequate. It gets the job done. It's, hidden dev fullback. It's not a super common sight for us. And then with this, like, who do you take? Styles looks the best to me. True talent of 109. Now, that's a position I don't think I've ever gotten a hidden development trade player on. At this point, we literally have so many extra 6th and 7th round picks. I'm just going to turn these two into, like, maybe a 5th if there's a team desperate enough. And the Bears are that team, apparently. We'll take it. Of course, they drafted seemingly pretty late because they were doing well, I think. It seems like it. Maybe not. Let's take a look at the draft recap. We have $46 million left. Overalls, 76 for the cornerback, who, again, another normal dev. It's tough. He's a good player, just unfortunately normal. And then we have Caldwell, who's also normal. He will be our wide receiver 3, obviously. Babinu, all of our picks after that were in the 6th or later. In development trait, looking decent. A lot of O-lineman picks. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a weak class. Let's take a look at the kicker, Eric Aragon. I mean, kind of weak there, too. It was a weak class, but we got some 70 overall hiddens, a few of them. Oh, also, Jackson Dart is star dev because he was player of the week, got a dev up for Super Bowl week. So even though the scheme is horrible for passing, at least he will not be stuck in normal forever. 88 overall for him now. Theo at 88. Wandale and Neighbors obviously taking a little bit of a hit because we're just utilizing the other guys. That's how most of these rebuilds go because you can't really just keep one guy good. We got to develop everyone to have a chance. Need a well-balanced team, which I think we have that well-rounded, balanced team. Defensively, at Trevin Wallace, and Webster's our DT2 now, and we're hoping Phillips gets a dev up so he can be as good as other Phillips. Safeties are good. I mean, this is a good team. It's a good team. That's all I can really say about it. It's a good team. All right, contracts. Here's Jackson Dart. How much is his? It is about $56 million per year, sort of. Or is it less? I don't freaking know. He wants a 6-year, 30, 45, 54, whatever. Take it. Take it and leave me. Leave me. Leave something. I don't know. Cam Scottaboo, 3-year, 27.9, whatever the hell. $41 million per year. We have Elton Jenkins, which we can live with losing. You have Caleb Downs. And man, we're losing some players next year, huh? I'll do this on a 1-year deal. 1 year, 35. Okay, we're definitely going to draft edge rusher. This next class, the final class we have, might be very boring because we might trade everything we've got for a first-round pick, like a high first. High enough for an edge rusher, at least. And with a weak division and conference, really, we are guaranteed to be in the playoffs with a pretty low record, actually. Let's take a look if we finish off strong, which we do, but, I mean, look at us. We were the number 2 seed after a couple of 11-6ers tie us, but 11-6 is good enough for the number 2 seed when the Panthers. So kind of crazy, actually. The division was pretty weak as well, like we said. Team schedule. There you have it. Let's take a look at those stats and awards, which, once again, passing up. Dude, this passing scheme is so bad. But again, we're winning games. We want a Super Bowl with it. This is the Harbaugh way, I guess. This is the way we do things now. This is us. That is all there is to it. Let's take a look at the award wins, which other than defensive, I don't think we're going to have any. And we have a grand total of 0. But, again, another playoff berth. Taking on the Rams here. We're higher overall. Not by much, though. All right, going to the end of the game. 7-0. 10-0. 17-0. 24-0. So, I mean, we're killing it. Don't really seem like we play that well during the regular season, but we're doing all right now. 31-3. 38-3. I mean, Jackson Dart might have like a 4th or 5th of his touchdowns on the year in this playoff game. We'll see, how his touchdowns are scored, to be fair, but that's kind of wild. 3 touchdowns, yeah, I mean, sure, we'll take it. As long as we're playing well in the playoffs and we have a chance at a Super Bowl, I don't really care what the regular season numbers look like, to be fair. And there it is, the Seahawks 14-3. It's a tough one. I can't believe it as the 4th seed, we're the worst seed remaining. Fantastic. Great. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. No one else 5, 6, 7 seed wanted to help us out. Wanted to help themselves out, huh? I see how it is. Just throw the old Giants out there. Get 1 Super Bowl win, and we're going to throw them back to the poverty-stricken land, huh? 14-3, though. Really good start. 21-3. Okay. I like this. 21-6. Still 21-6, 28-6, 28-14, and we have won this game as well. We're headed to championship round. There is no way we're going to have a dynasty with the Giants. Fair enough. Giants are actually not a bad team in Sim. But with the Ravens playbooks, that's the one. That's the one that's surprising to me. I am so glad we decided not to go with the Falcons. We almost did. Because this is way more impressive. I enjoy this a lot more. I once again hate the passing and receiving numbers, but we're winning. I'm not too upset with that. Championship round, anyone we know? The Panthers. That was actually the team we beat in the wild card last year, right? I believe. I think we had the Eagles, then we had the Panthers, and then we had this. Again, fair enough. Cool. Don't let it be this team. I would love to win back-to-back. If we lose the final season, sure, whatever. I would love to win 3 in a row, too. It'd be great. But back-to-back, at least, is A-okay in my book. Going to the end of the game, how are we looking? All right, it's pretty low scoring, 7-7, 14-7. I will say, our offense isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. Well, here we go, second half. We're down by 3. Just had to say something tonight, all right? 4-point lead. Touchdown would win it. Nice. I don't know what happened defensively, but we got the ball. Oh, God, it's still not over. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute here. No damn thank you. Oh, dude, I mean, I know it's not third down, but I have a better third down guy for this. Come on, Theo. Holy crap, Theo. You scared the hell out of me. I don't need that. All right, I mean, we just need like 1 first down, depending on when the timing is. All right, that could be it. That is not going to be it. They have 1:30. So I was correct in going for it as they run out of clock, but they were very far down the field with much less time than they were about to give them. Or our AI was about to give them a whole extra minute in timeouts. We took that away going for it. Totally worth the risk. Take a look at the player stats where Dart got outplayed, but who's going to the Super Bowl and who's not? Just saying. Just saying. I also will say, there's something I am going to say. How come little old Jordan Love gets so much crap for choking in the playoffs? Oh, he choked. Look at some of these other quarterbacks. Josh Allen, comparatively, was horrible. Purdy wasn't great. I mean, even Darnold wasn't that great. Herbert wasn't great. Love did everything he needed to. If not for McManus, Green Bay scores 34 points, and the final drive is another field goal, 37 points. What more do you want? Okay? But speaking of the Bills, it is the Bills in the Super Bowl, 20-10. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I get it. I get it. You want to blame the quarterback for a defense that gave up 25 points in one quarter. But hey, you know, not all of us understand the sport. I will say I get it. You know, 3 and outs, they derail a team. You know, there's been a lot of that in Green Bay. A lot of that. You can't sustain drive, and you let the teams creep back in there. They start to get a momentum. You know, they're on the field consistently. But looking at the team, though, no dev-ups on offense again. Who would have thought? And then defensively, unfortunately, no dev-ups here either, I don't think. Maybe Perkins. Perkins went up, I think. But Phillips is still normal development rate. Perkins did go up to superstar, which is cool. It's cool. I really just want a cornerback dev-up and a quarterback dev-up, but I don't see it happening, to be honest. Giants versus the Bills. Can we go back-to-back? Come on, Giants! It's already been good enough that we actually did make back-to-back at least. 7-3. Okay, defense holding strong. 14-3. Defense holding strong. 21-6. Come on, defense. Safety. This Giants team knows how to get a safety in a Super Bowl. Let me tell you that. 36-6. Now, I guarantee that's freaking scoregami. I've never seen 36-6. That is a strange one. That sounds like a real old school, like, football score. Or like 26-6 or something like that. 25-5, some weird score like that. But the Giants have won back-to-back. Of course, we kept the team mostly intact. Don't need to see the celebration. Josh Allen was held to 0 touchdowns with 1 pick. Dart, you definitely would probably, I mean, not probably, you would 100% call him a game manager, but he game manages ass to 2 Super Bowl rings in a row. I don't think he's going to complain. Game managered himself to a $60 million per year deal as well. D-line has been really, really impressive. And Downs, he's come away with a pick here and there pretty much every playoff run he's been in. But damn, okay. I see you. Proud of our team. We're cooking. Schedule. Boom. Boom. All right, let's move along. Let's go to this final draft, final season. See if we win 3 in a row. No team has ever done it. Again, we've said it almost every time because it's true. It's relevant. If you get to 3 Super Bowls in a row, you have cemented that series of teams as the greatest to ever do it because you can never do 4. I don't even think I see 3 coming, let alone 4. No more Ryan Kelly. We do have some linemen, though, that we've been kind of developing and training in the background, so I don't think we're really too worried about that. But about $30 million left. Obviously, Downs is the 5th year. Mainoa is going to be he's going to be a star dev for the rest of his career, but he's also going to cost a lot of money even at star dev. So we'll do the 5th year there. Can we get Elton Jenkins back? Again, this is the final season, so if we can try to just keep the team intact for one more season, try to win this three-peat. I mean, even kind of want to keep Warren if I can, dude. We're kind of pushing it here a little bit. Can we keep the kicker as well or no? That would be the kicker. You like that? No? Okay. 1 year 5. I'm going to have to offer him every dollar we have. Yeah, we need to save a little bit of money. Even if a 20 mil comes up because we have the rookie reserves, I don't really care. I got to save the money. Yeah, oof, we really need to save that money. Yeah, this is more fitting than ever to have that trade-up situation we talked about. That is factual. I guess Brian Burns, once he's gone, will save some money anyways. But really good players. Some of the best in the league at their positions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Quinn Miners, Nick Bosa, all really, really good players. Some solid names here, but of course we are broke as hell. And even if we weren't, I love our team. We just won 2 in a row. Why would I not? All right, we're in the draft. We trade to 20 using 1st, 2nd, and 4th with Holiday. With that pick, we are going to be taking an edge rusher. We talked about this. We already said this was going to happen. Wait, who the hell? Oh, we could use a tight end as well. Do we try to make the play? You have a top 5 O-line as well? I mean, I don't think Thomas looks amazing, but I'm not saying we even need him because, you know, we won't even be here for this, but he is the best edge rusher option. Whatever. 22 true talent, probably normal. He is hidden. Okay, fair enough. Worth the pick. We trade a crazy haul. But that is for a tight end that looks genuinely insane. Carlos Ortiz looks ridiculous. 4.47 40s, crazy work. Vernon Davis, welcome to the team. Slower than I thought. I would love for the 40 times to actually be relatively close, because 88 speed from a 447 is just not close. 447 is like 91 speed. You know, that's not exactly close. But we didn't really need anything. We kind of got luxury pickly. So kind of got unrealistic at the end, but we usually do because it doesn't matter, right? Like if the world was ending next year and everyone agreed, hey, let's all just have a killer year. Let's all have a ton of fun. We're all going to do the things you love, but we're not going to get crazy with it. We're not going to like kill each other or anything. Let's keep it civil. And we had one more NFL season and we can make trades and do whatever and you know get wild with it. Yeah, why wouldn't we? These are realistic moves in an unrealistic situation, right? The team would probably be wanting to protect itself a little bit from potential regression due to not being able to afford players. But for us, since it's the final season, our world is ending, if you will. Yeah, we don't really need that, you know? All right, here's our draft picks. Not as good overalls as I was hoping for, but they're fair enough. Let's see, is this guy truly the next up? Is he the next godly player? I think he's left that we need, right? Maybe I'm wrong. He is superstar. Okay, that's a good draft pick. That is not bad at all. Definitely worth the trade up then. If he was star, it's maybe the verdict's still out. Of course, we do need a tight end, so that's why we went Ortiz. I think Theo needs a contract, and you're not going to want to pay a 29, 30-year-old who's under 90 overall, in my opinion. Another superstar, okay. Players we won't really use in this final season, but players that if we were to play another season for would be potentially integral. All right, here's the team for the final season. 92 for the wide receivers, 90 for the tight end, 92 for the running back, 92 for the QB. If we could have just got the tight end to 92, everyone would have been 92 at the skill positions. Offensive line looking good. Not great, but good. And then defensively, I mean, things are solid. Things are solid. How screwed are we? Abdul Carter, so $30 million there. Perkins is likely gone. Burns is probably gone. Wandale. Ooh. Oh my lord. Okay, so I'm glad we got this thing done in 4 years, because holy crap. We're so cooked. So I think you keep Cop because you're going to lose Perkins. This is the much cheaper option. Abdul Carter, you obviously can't lose. 30 million per year. We're down to 76. Maybe you can keep Perkins. I wouldn't want to lose Dexter. That's 43 million left already only. Wandale Robinson. I wouldn't want to do a 4-year, but you might have no choice. He wants 30 million per year. Damn, I don't know. If you try to get that done, you have 14 million left, but you're losing Perkins, Burns, Thomas, Reed Adams, and all the backups. Well, again, thankfully this is the final season because I would not want to be a part of this 5th-year season. And I was about to say, but it kind of beat me to the point. If we win and the Falcons lose, we're the #1 seed, and that's exactly what happens. Again, I'll show you guys. This is... Maybe they did change the scheme because maybe they got some new coordinators, but no, this is a lot of what we're looking with. Unless West Coast spread isn't what it is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That's what it started. I don't know. Either way, what a year. What a damn year. Look at this. Clutching up one of the 5 last games. Falcons, did they clutch up? They lost the final game. They had a great year, but they lost the very final game that we needed them to. Again, Jackson Dart's numbers are very abysmal, but the rushing numbers at least are good. You know, normally the numbers aren't that great, but that is very good. I can live with those. It's like, okay, well, we're just running the ball because we can. It's not because we can't pass. It's just because we can run the ball that well. Pass rush, it was like all Abdul Carter. Everyone else was very mediocre, except for Perkins, who's not even a pass rusher for us. We are using Perkins pretty well, like balanced. They're kind of just using him all over the place. We have him at like the 3rd sub for one of the edge spots, and I don't know, we're moving him around. MVP goes to Burrow. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Abdul Carter. About damn time. Best running back goes to Skadaboo. And with that, we are in the divisional round. We don't even have to play a single game. We're in the divisional round for a chance to make history. Taking on the Cardinals first. I don't want to get too cocky about this. I don't want to look past them, but if you're a betting man, all things considered, you would love this. I'd have a hard time not going all in on this Giants team, I can't lie. As the Cardinals do start off with 7, I would be in the bathtub, 1 foot already in with the toaster in the right hand. And then I would, slowly pull the foot out, and now I've got the foot back in. I'm drenching the entire body in now. Toaster's plugged in. Yeah, things would get bad. All those negative yards there, so we're forced to kick a field goal. Without a stop, we lose. We talked about this before. When we're going for the 2P, we're going for the 3P, that kind of stuff, we lose the very first round. It's not like we get back to the championship round, we get back to the Super Bowl and we lose. We lose the first round, like, every time. I don't know how. Gotta hit it. Perfect throw. Caldwell, a lot of speed to the 47. Obviously, you need the touchdown. You need the 2-point conversion. And right now, this team looks really bad. I don't know if they're going to hit it. I don't know if they're going to do this. Clock is moving. Oh, damn, this team's running out of time here. They shouldn't be running out of time. There's plenty of it. We have 2 timeouts, but that's EA for you. Just get a little closer. Oh, he's wide open. Wandale, great play, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Of course, there's options right now. With 2 timeouts, you can run the ball, especially when it's this free. Gadaboo, not the fastest man in the world, but powerful. And Scott, that is the easiest run of all time. All right, here it is for all the marbles. A chance to get to the next round, potentially. What else but mesh? Ortiz is now the tight end, too, so a little more dependable play, maybe. And we don't have time. That's it. That is it. We have no time. Wow. All right. Onside kick or the rebuild is over. High kick on the strong. That's actually really good. Why are we not there? Strip them. Who was it? I got to see this. They sold so hard. Someone could have met him in the air and they blew it. Oh, they didn't really blow it. They just got beat to the spot by a different player. Holland. Damn, dude, if not for that block, he is there meeting him, and this is likely our ball. Wow, that sucks. Again, we've seen this happen so many times. We would have bet it all. We would have lost it all. 28-26, the Cardinals. They did have to win a wild card round to get there, to be fair, so it's not like they just got here for free. Dart got severely outplayed. Well, where this scheme giveth, it apparently also taketh away. Of all the players that beat us, too. Very high drafted linebacker. All right, let's go to the Super Bowl, see who wins it all. I mean, if it's not the Cardinals, I'm going to be real mad. At least, you know, win the thing, so I feel not so bad. Hey, it's the Rams. What a play. Good job, fellas. You can't complain, though. Again, Ravens scheme won a Super Bowl without Lamar. You know, that's a scheme that is built for a very fast quarterback in sim, and in general, even with Lamar, you don't really get great numbers as the Titans win the Super Bowl. I'm curious if Burns retired. He didn't. He's still very good, but we can't afford him. So let's take a look at the overalls as we call it a rebuild. Link Neighbors didn't really get to get anyone going because obviously the passing numbers were so low. Wandale Robinson, you probably lose him because I just don't want to pay a 3-4 year deal for a guy that's 28, 29, and he's only star dev. Let's take a look now at Mr. Johnson, Theo Johnson, the X Factor, mind you. Not the only guy to get a dev up on this team either is Scadaboo, I believe, goes to Superstar. Damn sure he was just regular star before. 99 trucking, 92 stiff arm, by the way. Starts to regress, but best running back, gets the rushing yards leader, and then obviously the dev up. And then we have Mr. Jackson Dart. Stays a star dev, but very accurate. Can't complain about that. He's also a little slower than I thought. I don't know why I thought he was 85, 86. And then, of course, Maui Noah. Take a look at how good he is. Very good pure pass blocking. I know always talks about moving him to guard. Not me. That's not me. 86 overall for Reed Adams. Wasn't there a lot of talks about Will Campbell playing guard as well? But now we move on to the defensive side of the ball where Holland, 88 overall, have not really struggled to develop him. He usually gets to a good enough rating to where you can keep him. Then we have Mr. Caleb Downs, 95 overall. Again, kind of built as a run stopper rather than a pure coverage guy. Linebackers, we'll take a look at the edge first. Brian Burns, 93 overall, obviously very good. Some up and down seasons though. That's just the power of having that 3-4 storm. Of course, Abdul Carter, very good last season as well. 20.5, no dev up though, which is crazy. Trevor Wallace, we signed him as a decent overall, but he went up like 4 overalls on the season. So yeah, I don't know if he was just buried on the roster, what happened, but he went up very quickly with us. And, of course, we have Harold Perkins, who's an X Factor, who we can't afford was actually developed as a coverage guy, which I'm a little surprised by. Actually, I'm not surprised. I forgot when you switch him to like will linebacker, when they're will linebacker, they can't get finesse. You know, the new terminology at least saves that. Drew Phillips, what a glow up. I mean, the guy became an X factor in the 90 overall range. What a freaking player. Phillips sadly stuck at an 87 overall, but very good as well. And even though he's normal, he's still developing, just kind of slowly. And then, of course, the DTs, Webster, 85 overall, more of a block-shedding nose tackle than a pass rusher, unfortunately. Dexter Lawrence can relate to the size, but definitely not the pass, or the run defense only kind of situation. He's very good at pass rushing as well. And then kicker, punter, we do want to take a look at the kicker, I think, who is Mr. Aragon, who was actually Superstar. Okay, that's kind of cool. Superstar dev kicker. But yeah, that is it for this New York Giants realistic style rebuild with John Harbaugh at the helm. I think this went better than the last Giants rebuild we did. Either way, unlikely to do another Giants rebuild until April, until the draft at best. If that, because maybe they draft some players that we already just drafted. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what team you'd like to see rebuild next. If you ended up enjoying this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification all so you know when all the uploads are up. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PKR players for non-Madden content, and that is basically it. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video, maybe Dolphins franchise tomorrow, if it wasn't yesterday.